Hey you guys, today we're out in West Virginia and we get to go see our friends Ari and Jesse at Arachnids Anonymous. This is going to be a really fun day. We love Ari and Jesse and they have some really cool tarantulas, so let's go.
Welcome guys, welcome to the Arachnids Anonymous Spider Room. So most of what you see over here, these are breeder females that on this shelf. These two shelves, they're in various stages of conditioning. So we're feeding them, keeping them wet, and the reason why we keep them over here is because the heaters are over here. So when we turn on the heaters, they get the most amount of warmth over here. So we can regulate their temperatures a little bit more, and then we have, we regulate the humidity levels and stuff. So we have a humidifier there and a humidifier there.
Very cool.
Yeah, and so we try and regulate the temp, the humidity. Cooler stuff we put on the back wall because it's further from the heaters. And it's got the fans, which will cool stuff down. And then the lower we go on the shelves, the cooler it is. And then the higher we go on the shelves is going to be warmer. So it's just kind of playing a jigsaw game of moving enclosures in different locations to keep those specific species happy. But yeah, this particular shelf here is a lot of females that we're getting ready to breed, males and stuff like that. And then this shelf over here, these two shelves, 1 and 2, these are layer shelves. So these have females that are in various stages of being gravid. So they're in various stages of egg production. They've been paired. This one
that had eggs already, right?
Yeah, so this one in particular has
babies
in it. Can see if I can open it if any of the babies are out. This is a old world species. It's a baboon. It's called Kygoma. It's a dark color form baboon. So they're like black and gold.
And the stocking was just to catch the babies, you were saying?
So the stocking keeps them from coming out of the, it's just pantyhose, women's pantyhose. And it keeps them from coming out of the enclosure.
It's high technology right there.
Yeah, baby. Only the best. I don't know if, there you go. You can see the little one running away there. And there's some inside the burrow.
Mama's right
I see Mama on top too, yeah.
Yep, there she is. She just ran over there. They're all over the enclosure.
That's pretty cool.
So we just keep this. We just lightly bring it around, and then we'll get ready to separate it out. Get Mama fed up again. So you can see there's all these different enclosures with really big, chunky females that have been fed up and are producing eggs. There's one of them webbing right there, so hopefully she'll drop a sack soon for us.
How does the sack actually come out?
Did I bring that one upstairs? It's so it's just real thick white webbing, and depending on the species, it's either a hammock sack or a rolled sack. So the rolled sack is very obvious. You'll see a round, like big white egg sack, and the females will be clutching it usually. The hammock sacks are a little harder to spot, but once you get used to them, you can see them. And usually it's like webbed up between something, and then in the middle you'll see real thick webbing. And you can take a light, and if you shine a light behind it, it'll glow yellow from the eggs that are in it.
Where does it come out of on the spider?
The furrow.
Okay.
Females have a furrow right here at the bottom, like at the top of the abdomen. So they have, the way spiders breathe is they use book lungs, which are lungs that are under their abdomen. That's an egg sac right there, and you can see the little molts from the babies that were first instar and went to second instar.
That's crazy.
So the same place that they made at is where the egg sac comes out of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Isn't that pretty, baby?
That is beautiful.
Carabiner versicolor. I'm saying that right?
Uh-huh.
And there's like green
Silky.
tints on the legs.
Yes. Yep.
So silky.
Come up here if you want, baby.
Wow.
What do they eat in the wild? They look like they
Same
eat
thing.
pretty good.
They eat flying insects as well. They're also arboreal. They're related to the avicularia. So they used to be classified as avicularia. Now they're their own species.
Those greens and
But they live in the Caribbean.
Oh, okay,
They
you're
live
gonna walk
up in
onto
the
my hand?
trees and catch flying insects as
Thought
they
about
go
it.
by. So a lot of people give them
So
really
if
high
you lay it
humidity.
flat, they don't like it. But if you kind of tilt it up like this,
But they're
it
up in
calms
the
them a
trees
little
where
bit
there's
more.
lots
'Cause they
of
like to
humidity,
climb.
but there's also a lot of air
So they're
gotcha.
just
So
trying
they
to find a
have
high
fans
spot.
going so they can get
So
better
essentially,
as
she
well.
can see the light that's on her, and that's probably what she doesn't like is the light that's on her. If they find a dark spot, they'll just go in there and hunker down. But she's behaving really, really well right now.
Yeah, she is.
Very pretty.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're a staple in the hobby. People love them because of the colors.
And what is the temperament?
You saw. They can be a little jumpy, a little bit more jumpy than the Avix.
Yeah. They're pretty docile though.
But yep.
Yeah.
So there's only 2 known in this genus around. There's only 2 Carabiner species known around the world. So there's this one, which is the Carabiner versicolor, and then the other one is the Carabiner lata, which is the It's the Puerto Rican pink toe. So they're still in the pink toe genus because you can see they still have little pink teats.
Yeah.
But these are from Martinique. Yeah. Martinique pink toe. They're so
Very pretty.
That's
They're
gorgeous.
so pretty.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'll just boop it forward. So you saw how she kind of turned around and
Yeah.
whipped around.
She's
So I'll
fine.
just do that. Yeah, she is. She just let me know she didn't appreciate me poking her.
Don't
Yep.
touch the pads.
She just wanted to let me know, hey bro, I don't appreciate you poking me. Don't friggin'
Yeah.
touch me again.
Yeah.
Yep. And then see,
so
she knows that she can feel her webbing and that her hide is there. And she's like, okay, I'm cool now.
Yeah.
I got nothing to worry about.
So in nature, they live high up in the trees or in, hollowed out trees. So we give them the nice
Root
cool ground
branches
so they feel
sometimes.
secure.
They like to live a little bit higher up than some of the other arboreals that you'll see.
I suspect it's because they get better airflow up there,
Yeah.
which is honestly the
This is why
biggest
we
pain
have the
point
fans.
with their care.
Why?
Yeah.
The fans are a trick for these avicularia type genuses because the fans give them the airflow that they would normally get higher up in the trees.
They feel comfortable right there in the trees, or
Well, you got to think too. So
it's part of their care?
it's very humid over there. It's very humid, but the humidity is further down. These guys are up in the tree line where there's always usually a breeze coming through. So they like that airflow, that cross ventilation airflow. They need the humidity, but the biggest thing they need is the airflow because they don't want that stagnant humid air that will kill them. The too much humidity and it like gets into their book lungs and like messes them up and stuff.
That
And
sounds like me. I need a fan every day,
Mhm.
right?
so yeah, they're cool.
Killing cow.
Yes, you do. I do not always appreciate the
Killing
fan.
cow in the background.
So
Good
I
spot,
think
babe.
the biggest mistake people make with the avicularia species is thinking that ventilation means a lot of air holes. If it's stagnant air, they're still not getting the proper ventilation. They need airflow. So just putting them on a shelf with a oscillating fan is more than adequate. They don't need high humidity because you are mimicking their natural environment, but you're doing inside of a plastic box. So
Right.
they don't need as much humidity as they get in their natural environment. She is
The
so
Juranensis.
sweet.
What is this?
It's
Juranensis.
another avicularia species.
This is a full size.
I don't think I've ever
female.
seen one of these.
It's an M2 Juranensis.
Yeah, they're not the most common.
They get very large, as you can see.
Seems very nice.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She's gonna bolt in a second.
Sweet.
I can already tell.
She's a little jumpy today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are on the money.
There you go.
Okay.
She said, no, bro, I don't want to be handled
So-
today. I want to stay in my enclosure.
It's cool though. The arboreal stuff can just jump and be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their temperaments can change from molt to molt. So before her last molt, she would sit in the
and just
palm of
hunker
your
in your
hand.
hand.
You could pet her legs and she wouldn't move. She molted and now she's all over the place when you try to handle her.
Why does that happen?
Honestly, I'm not sure why that does happen. Maybe it is just behavior changes as they mature. I'm not really sure if there's any scientific reason for it.
I learned recently that they can actually molt and then not be gravid anymore.
Yeah,
Correct.
so when they're molt, they will retain the sperm packet
Uh-huh.
on their spermethicate.
Okay.
Whereas all the other ones, when they molt, they shed that lining and they get rid of the sperm packet, so they essentially lose it.
Yeah.
But E. olivacea, they can molt and they can still produce a sac.
So
Yeah.
the reason they can't produce after a molt is because tarantulas shed their entire exoskeleton, including that spermethicate, which is where they store the sperm. So they molt out and they shed that off, where that one species can still retain that spermethicate or the sperm after they molt.
So Spidey menopause.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But you can breed them again.
Because
They
Ron
shed
does
it
that
and then
now.
you can breed them. So kind of.
Well, yeah.
Right, it's not permanent then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't touch it.
That's kind of crazy though.
Yeah. And if you don't get their conditions just right after they pair, they will molt out of the pairy.
OBT.
Oh. Hey, you guys have one of them too.
We do.
Yeah, but you have an RCF. This is not an RCF. This is the standard OBT.
RCF is red color form, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we have.
The Goody.
Oh, this is a Goody Sapphire?
Yep.
This is a male. That we're
So
going
is it
at.
already blue and yellow?
Yeah, yeah. Look. I'll turn it
Oh,
around
they're
so you
so
can get
pretty.
They
These are
are.
pretty.
That is a Salmopaeus pulcher,
Wow.
also known as the Panama Blonde.
That is absolutely beautiful.
So look at those like yellowish greens on the setae and on the carapace, and then they get that blonde like striped butt. But yeah, she's the one that just had the double clutch. Right, yellow little eggs if they're good, and then after that the eggs will turn into something called yules, which are basically little eggs with legs. They literally look like a little yellow egg with a leg. They don't look like a spider at all. And then they'll molt and they'll go into what's called first instar. And at first instar, they'll start to kind of look a little bit like spiders.
Kind of like hairless
But
spiders.
they're still kind of weird. They look like little cyclops. And then they'll get really, really dark, and then they'll molt again. And then when they come out, this time they'll have the hair like an actual tarantula, which is second instar. And at that second instar, they're actually a tarantula at that point. And then we separate them out, feed them, and then monitor them for a little bit. And then they either go up on, for inventory, they go out to other breeders and vendors around the United States so that they can sell stuff or they can increase their breeding stocks and stuff like that.
And you guys are big in captive breeding, right? You
Yeah.
don't really do the wild caught, just import a bunch of spiders,
No.
sell them. You're big
I
on
mean,
getting the captive
we have wild caught stuff here. It's very, very, very low count, but it was specifically bought with the intention of it's a species that's rare in the hobby. We wanted to have specimens to be able to breed and offer them to people in the hobby, so that way you're not paying, outrageous prices for a 1/4-inch tiny baby sling.
Right.
Everybody should be able to enjoy it, and so we'll then buy those wild caught species and put them into a breeding program and try and get them bred, so that way we're starting captive generations of those species here in the States like they have in Europe. That's why they're light years ahead of us in
They are.
everything. They got species over there that we dream of having over here.
So this is a mature female?
Mm-hmm.
Of what species again?
Seriocosmus perez malezi.
That's as big as she'll get.
That's crazy.
She's small.
Mm-hmm.
compared to this guy looking at me over here.
And funny enough, that one over there.
See, you saw the little kicks?
Yeah, she flicked a little hair.
Yep, she was flicking some hairs at me for touching her. She was not happy about
They're
it.
wolf spiders.
Yep, and she's gonna turn and face now.
You guys have wolf spiders?
Mm-hmm.
Right behind
That's
you.
cool.
Oh,
You want
that's a great shot.
It is.
So this is Cereocosmus, and this one's very particular. It's Cereocosmus rite, Peruvian black and white. So they're in the same family as the elegans, which is the heartbutt one that everybody loves, the Trinidad. So that's Cereocosmus elegans. There's also Perez Milesi, Giganteus, which is awesome. I just got some of those. Giganteus is cool because it's a Cereocosmus. Normally they only get about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. But Giganteus gets like 3 inches. There's black ones, which are the Oro Negros, and then there's the Pinturas, and there's Litsi, which is another one we have females of. They have more like white on their legs, like white piping. These are a really fun, cool little species up here. We keep some true spiders and not true spiders. These are megalomorphs.
What is that? It sounds like it's from like Harry Potter.
So they're not technically true spiders. Ari taught me this because I made the mistake of calling them true spiders one day. They're megalomorphs.
Whoa!
They're the funnel web spiders.
So they are
Oh,
Colombian
okay.
funnel webs.
Yeah.
Their bite is similar to a black widow bite. Let me see if I can
Gnarly.
get that off without her freaking out. They are lightning fast, as you can see. I'm trying to be careful to not spook her. I don't need her running like a psycho.
You can see why they're called funnel web. They make webs in a
There
funnel
you
shape.
go.
Wow.
Look at those spinnerets. That's
That
why
is,
people
they're
like
long.
them.
That's cool.
Yeah, those spinnerets are nuts.
Oh, that is so cool. They're really pretty, actually. Even though they're a brown, it's like a really cool velvety looking brown.
So this is what we call the big thing is the
Yeah.
legs. Look at the blue sheen that comes off the legs.
And
That's
look
why
at
they're
how
called
long
Colombian
the
blue funnel
spinnerets
webs.
are.
Oh yeah, it sure does.
So now look at the shape of the way that they build their funnels. They build this big round structure, and that is to they build that. So what they'll do is they'll find roots around trees, and they'll build this funnel in the roots, and that's what they use to. They'll actually use the webbing to trap their prey and then pounce on their prey.
And it's like a whole maze that they can
Mm-hmm.
just navigate through. That's really
So unlike tarantulas, they cannot climb clear plastic surfaces or smooth surfaces. They don't have the pedipalps that the not pedipalps, but the pads that the tarantulas have.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can't climb like they're not supposed to be able to climb like stuff like that, which is why you'll see they'll web all the way up to give themselves as much grip and area to move as possible.
But they can feel movement. They can be all the way over here, and if
You
they
just
feel
touch
any
right there.
slight
Oh yeah, they'll
movement
dart
over
out,
there,
bro. They're
yep,
insane fast.
they'll
So
pop
then
out of
this,
any random hole. They're very cool.
So these are what we call. This is a new species that just entered the hobby. I'm growing them out to try and breed them. It's called Linothele aquafria.
Its abdomen is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cool.
They are.
That is
So that's
absolutely
that's a genus that I really have fallen in love with recently, the Linotheles.
Uh-huh.
And I've been trying to work with them a lot more.
This is insane looking. I
Aren't
like
they
how
cool?
pointy their legs look.
Yeah.
Dude, they look like
They're-
true spiders, which is why I like them. But they're
A true spider. What is a true spider? You are better qualified to answer this question than me. That's
So
a good
it's
question.
the-
What is a true spider?
It's the family, I believe, that they fall under. So like tarantulas fall under. So they're all under the Arachnids family. And then there's subfam or classes or subfamilies of spiders, which is where you get like then your genuses and stuff like that. So you have Therapocinae,
Mm-hmm. Tarantulas.
yep, and then you have like inside Therapocinae you have Aviculariinae,
Mm-hmm.
which is like your Avicularia species and stuff.
Carabina, Iridipalma.
Salmopoe, which is you have like a bunch of different genuses that are in that family. So it's all broken down that way. And true spiders don't have the setae, the hairs
Okay.
that the tarantula.
What's some other differences between a true spider and a tarantula? Lifespan, right?
Lifespan is also very, very different. A lot of the times, true spiders are not hydrophobic. Tarantulas are hydrophobic,
They
which
can
means
spot in water.
they'll float. Tarantulas can't drown; they float.
Yeah.
So
Reproduction is different as well. A lot of true spiders, if you breed them one time,
They'll
they
keep
will
producing.
produce over and over again.
Like
Where
you were
you
saying
know,
with the black widows.
yeah, where with a tarantula, once it molts, it sheds the spermatozoa and it can't produce again until it pairs again.
So these guys fall into this weird category, the megalomorphs. They're not quite a true spider, and they're not quite a tarantula. They're like this weird, like.
Do you know what makes them different than a true spider? I don't.
I think it's the weird something in between, because they have the same reproductive and like hook lungs and everything that the tarantulas do, but they don't have the setae, and they I don't know, they act like tarantulas sometimes more than true spiders.
Yeah.
So I know they're their own like class of stuff, megalomorph. That's all I know. So these are bird eaters. It's kind of a
Misnomer.
yeah, I guess that's the best way of putting it. They believe they saw one eating a hummingbird back in the day when they first found tarantulas. So they're like, oh, it eats birds. It's a bird-eating tarantula. But so it's just now in the hobby, it's become something that they use to specify usually a spider that gets above 7-8 inches. They're just like, oh, it's a bird eater genus.
Okay.
So these guys in particular up here are really special. These are pamphos. And the cool thing about pamphos is they are gorgeous.
Wow.
They get these really pretty purples and pinks, but only the males. So this is an immature male right here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, you can
Lot of
definitely
pink.
see that pink.
Yeah, so you see the purples. This is called the purple bloom.
Okay.
So this guy's probably maybe a molt or two away from maturing,
How do you know that?
just by size.
Okay.
And you can see the color starting to come in really bright.
Okay.
So the females of this genus, when they mature out, they lose all their color and they turn black. And then as they get closer to molting, they'll start to turn brown, and then they'll molt out and they'll turn black again.
Okay.
So everybody's hunting for the males. That's hobbyists. They all want the males, and then all the breeders want the males because we're like, man, we really want to breed these species, you know. But so it's kind of this weird like in between that we have to kind of play this game with people and try and get these these males wrestled away from people. But they are a friggin' really cool species, really nasty little hair kickers.
Wow.
They're not nasty.
They are, but
I see
these.
she's kicked some.
Oh,
Or
him?
he, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So the males will average about, I'd say about 7 inches usually in size.
Okay.
Females get anywhere from like 8 to 9 inches. I mean, they're,
Big, yeah.
well, yeah, they're units, bro.
Wow.
So he's a male. So here, I'll show you actually this female. She just matured almost and has her adult coloring now. So you can see the difference in color with her.
Same species?
Same species,
Vastly different.
same genus, different species.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
same
is
genus.
The pattern is
so this is a
different.
Pamphobetes, but it's a Vespertinus.
Okay. But is it the same concept with the males and the females?
Same thing. So you can see the difference. She's not as colored. She's starting to lose some of that coloring, and it's starting to turn black. The only coloring she keeps is the setae hairs on the butt,
Yeah, I see them.
and then she's keeping a little bit of the patterning in the center on the carapace.
She will lose that more as she grows.
Yeah, as she grows
Okay.
older, she'll lose that. Yeah. So underneath them, we have another type of bird eater species, you want to call it, which is Zinensis, which is a personal favorite of Jesse's. It's one that's been on our collection list ever since we first started keeping. They're
Shout outs to
known as like
Jesse.
Colombian lesser backs and stuff like that. So they're really, really cool. I'll show you a really rare one here that's Nebris. This is a male. We're waiting for him to mature.
The nice thing about Zenensis, the females actually hold that
the
color.
color, yeah.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
keep the coloring, same as the males, but I mean, look at that.
And their defense, they will stick their butt straight up in the air
Mhm.
before they start kicking hairs.
You kind of know when it's coming.
Yeah, it's
So you can
it's a
see
nice
he's a
warning
little
where
bit
the
of a hair kicker.
panthers
I
will
can
see
just
it.
start
Yeah.
kicking.
That's more defensive, though. You
Yeah.
can tell that he's kicked hairs as like a defensive measure. They'll do it where they'll lay some webbing and then kick hairs down on the webbing around where they're gonna like make their burrow, and they use it as a defensive measure.
Oh, so it might not necessarily be at you.
No, no.
I didn't
They
know that. That's
also-
cool.
Yep, when they're about to molt as well, they'll kick hairs around their
Oh.
enclosure, make a molt
So
mat,
look
and
how
then lay down and
long
molt.
the setae hairs are on the back. Those urticating hairs on them. That's how you know that they're nasty, gnarly hairs, because they're big and long.
Yeah. Okay.
And they have that erratic, like they always kind of look like they're
Got
having
you.
a bad hair
They
day.
have this pink.
Yeah.
So this is a male.
Right. That
here.
mad scientist look.
Mhm.
And then I'll show you
Dr.
the
Jekyll,
female.
Mr.
I think you're-
Hyde.
She is so big, man.
I know, isn't she
Yeah.
beautiful?
She is huge.
And you can tell she's also kicked a few hairs in her day.
Yeah. One or
She
two.
needs a molt really
And the
bad.
whole side.
Yeah. After she molts, she will also have that beautiful pink coloration on her carapace as well.
Is it just after fresh malt?
Yeah, after a fresh molt, their color's the brightest, and it gradually starts to dull out as they approach their next
Mhm.
molt.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's easily. I mean, you
Pretty.
can see my hand right here.
Yeah,
She's a big girl.
yeah,
Big
she's
girl.
a unit.
She's a big girl. I would not want to tango with her.
No, no thanks.
She would.
She's really pretty.
Mhm.
She is pretty.
So she is what's called a tenebris. I can't remember the common name for them. I think it's like the midnight black bloom or something like
I
that.
can see that.
It's always something bloom with Zenensis.
Babies that she had produced. And we've just been casually like sexing them out and figuring out, you know, if they're males and females, and then the idea being we're gonna try and get them around to different breeders that are interested in breeding them and stuff instead of the hobbyists, so like you can actually use them to breed. Somal payas, this is one of my favorite species.
It's kind of like Jenga trying to move anything in here.
Lots of babies that we're growing out from different species because we're trying to get breeders of them, like females, so we can start our breeding program. So usually when we do that, we'll buy them in like 3 to 5 lots
Okay.
and grow them out to try and increase our chances of getting a female.
That's a really cool enclosure.
Yeah, it's one of those tarantula crib switches,
With the extension.
Mhm.
you know, with the canopy, which we
Got the
really
steeple on it.
Mhm.
Like. Yeah.
Whoa.
It is nice.
Oh,
you can
wow.
see them so
So
clearly.
she is called
That is cool.
Uh-huh.
Somalpaeus cambridgei, or the Trinidad chevron.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the I mean, it probably doesn't do her any justice, but the greens, man, on her are insane. Look at those olives and kind of reds, burgundy.
Yeah, there's a really nice olive green actually.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She's so pretty.
So they're Somalpaeus. They have no urticating hairs. Very, very fast. They rely on their speed and venom as their protection. They're one of the biggest of the genus, I think. They get bigger than any other ones. They hit like, they'll average what, like 7 inches? About?
6 to 7.
Yeah. They're one of the larger ones. She's a beauty. She's one that we hope to breed at some point. We just have so many breeding projects going on right now. We decided to hold back on it.
I love that enclosure.
She's a big girl.
Mhm.
And pretty.
Yeah, very pretty.
So we have some other Somalpaeus species up here. Those are personal favorites of of ours. Well, mine actually, not as much Jesse.
I love them. He always says that. I actually.
Jesse hates Somopaeus.
Yeah.
She does. She talks smack about them over there.
I got into them first.
Whatever, bro. They
Actually,
hear
the
you talking
first
smack. I hope
psalm
you know
was
that.
mine. My theory is just that as beautiful and wonderful as they are, Avicularia are slightly more beautiful. That's all. And that's just factual. It's not opinion. It's just how it is.
Is Avicularia like the versicolors and stuff?
Yes,
Okay.
they're all in the
All right.
Avicularianae family.
So we looked at her earlier. I'm gonna show you some of these. So these are called Tapinoctinus.
What?
Tapinoctinus,
Okay.
or we refer to them as tappies. So that is the purple tree spider, I think is what they're called, or something like that.
Is that the violation?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're a New World species, also in the Psalm family, so no urticating hairs, really fast.
Venom potency is a little bit higher.
I don't know
They're
if I
more
can get
similar
her.
to an old world.
I like that about
If
Somopaeus.
I can
That's cool.
tease her to come out, they're just so fast. I hate
Is that's true with all Somopaeus?
I hate
Yes.
messing
No
with them.
urticating hairs?
No urticating hairs.
That's
Nope.
cool.
Yep.
So here's a really rare one. This is a female. We also got her from Jeannie Abbott.
Is that the Yasuni?
This is Yasuni. We're
Mhm.
actually currently have 2 mature males right now, and
Yeah.
we're in the process of trying. Oh, really?
I've only.
We're in the process of trying to breed them and make them available to the hobby. 'Cause
Nice.
They're super cool.
I've only
Okay.
seen one other vendor with them, and they have slings for like $125.
That's
so
crazy.
we're hoping to breed all of our females so we can offer them again at a reasonable
This is the
price.
Castanare. These guys get, these guys get pretty big.
They're all gonna hide. They're tappies.
You see it right there.
So the interesting thing about tappies, psalms, and anything in their, subfamily is that they are technically arboreal. However, they also
They're like obligatory burrowers, right?
they also like to burrow a lot. So I think the theory is while they technically do live in the trees in nature, they live lower in the trees. So they come up higher when it floods. So they will make web tunnels at the root system of the tree. So it's good when you're keeping them to give them a lot of substrate in that core.
Let's see if she's.
And now, a quick word from our sponsors who make this channel possible. Thank you to all of our sponsors for your support. B&S Reptilia is a family-owned company with a large variety of different species of snakes. They work with multiple blood python projects, some very rare locality and different species of boas, Sumatran short-tail pythons, Woma pythons, ball pythons, scrub pythons, Barron's racers, jungle carpet pythons, green tree pythons, a variety of different pine snakes, bull snakes, and they also are a cocoa supplier of a couple different brands, and they can make you a local cocoa supplier as well. So get in touch with Chris from B&S Reptilia. If you would like to be a cocoa supplier, go ahead and check him out on Facebook, Instagram, and Morph Market. We have linked those in the description below. And definitely go ahead and support him because Chris is one of the most supportive people in the reptile community. Janessa Mosley of JM Wildlife Arc breeds the most beautiful, high-quality boas that you could imagine. She has a high standard of ethics and care, and she is one of the most supportive people in the reptile community. If you want a boa, especially one that looks absolutely amazing, go ahead and follow her on Morph Market, JM Wildlife Arc, and give her a follow on Instagram as well at JM_wildlife_arc. Thank you so much, Janessa, for your support, and keep breeding wonderful boas.
I'm gonna need to play today.
Which one's she?
Ariana.
Oh. Yeah. These are all my babies. And you can see why they call them pink toes because of their little pink feet. They tend to be pretty friendly for the most part, pretty docile.
See, I can tell she's not gonna do anything.
No. So what we do, we always test them with a paintbrush first, and if they strike at the paintbrush, then we know just to leave them alone.
See how she's kind of slow moving and pushing
Look at
against
those
him?
purples. She molted
Yeah, I
recently.
won't
she
pull her out.
doesn't.
She doesn't want to come
Was
out
that a
of
body language thing? That slight
Yes.
turn she just did to the side?
Yeah.
So she was hunkering in and telling me, "Hey, I
for
really
turning.
don't want to move. Like, so please stop pushing against me, or
Mhm.
I'm gonna like, I might bolt or shoot poo at you or
I
something
got
to
you.
get you away."
I
No
got
poo
you.
She's like, "I'm
swinging.
cool right now
I
where
noticed
I'm
that
at."
too. That's
She's like, "I'm
cool.
okay. Just leave me right here. I'm comfortable." Because you saw when she hit my hand, she kind of spazzed out for a
Mhm.
second.
She's
They were
beautiful.
beautiful.
She is that
Absolutely
purple
beautiful.
is
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm. That's why I love them so much.
They got this really slow movement. So
like
they
that.
have urticating hairs, funny enough,
Mhm.
but they're located on their
Abdomen. They have to
Wow.
actually rub against you. So if you are holding one and they're rubbing up against
They're
you,
rubbing
they
their
are
butt
not
like that on
trying
you?
to
They're
cuddle.
trying to hair you, yeah.
It's not Spidey cuddles.
No. In my opinion, it's one of the most striking of the avicularia. So of course, I got one and ended up with a male. But that's okay. He'll go off to breed and make them more available in the hobby. So
He's an old
Mr.
man.
Tappy Toes is actually an anomaly though. He's very interesting. So he is a mature male. He hooked out and then we came home and found that he had molted again. So after they
doesn't
hook
happen.
out, after they hook out, that is their ultimate molt and they will not molt again. Every once in a while it happens, but typically they don't make it out of the molt if they molt again after that ultimate molt. And if they do, their pedipalps aren't intact, but he came out of the molt completely intact well over a year ago and is still hanging on. He's
Cool.
never made another sperm web. He's never been interested in pairing. He's just
Yeah,
a
he
pet
came out
now.
perfectly healthy.
Yeah,
no
which
deformities
never
or anything.
happens.
And he's lived now for over a year and a half after
Yeah.
that, which is insane, bro.
Yeah,
So we call him Mr. Tappy Toes because
he
he used to come out when we would talk. He would hear the vibration of our voice when we would do it low. So it'd be like, hello.
And he would
come out and start
always
tapping
wander
around.
out and
Wow.
tap around.
to the vibrations.
That's
which is-
cool.
They're really, really cool. They do
Yeah.
they do some fun things like that. Iridipelma, that's something Jesse.
Mhm.
That's cool.
That's a passion project Jesse's working on is the iridipelmas.
Well,
Yeah.
I like them. They're spicy avicularia essentially, but they're also another that's so uncommon, so hard to find. And when you find them, they're over $100 for a sling.
Mhm.
So the goal is to grab as many females as I can, breed them, get them out into the hobby, so we can, enjoy them without having to spend $200 on a
Mhm.
sling. Because everybody should be able to enjoy them. They're
Yeah.
wonderful
One of my
spiders.
obsessions on this shelf, dwarf species.
He's had 3 obsessions now, have you noticed?
Yeah.
But yeah, these are dwarf species. These are pretty friggin' awesome. This is like one of them. This is a Cochiana bernips. They don't get very big, maybe like 2 inches in size. Let me see.
I just saw it.
They're so cute.
Nice.
They're little pink butts.
Look at that butt.
I know.
They're super cute, and
They
they
are
are
adorable.
savage eaters, bro.
The little
Oh, that's
pack
cool.
a lot of spice in that tiny body.
That's
So
what makes them
cute. I
cool,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
More
Hi.
happy.
You come out to say hi.
Oh, he's cute.
I got you.
So Cochiana, they're a fun species. Thank you, sir. That we
Yeah.
like to work with. Davis, this is a fasciatus. This is another species that we like to work with. Similar to the Penaloris. So these are known as tiger rumps.
Yep.
You can see
The
why.
stripes.
Look at the striping on the back. They're cool, aren't they?
They are cool.
Yeah.
The little striped butts are cute.
Yeah, the
I know.
Penaloris. Yeah,
Just
they're
wanna
so they're
tickle
kind of like a
them.
pseudodwarf.
So cute.
They don't get very large. They get only about 4 inches, 5 inches, but it's weird. They classify them as a dwarf.
I think anything under 5 inches is considered a dwarf or something. And I think an almost 5-inch spider,
Mhm.
that's just a normal size spider.
Right.
That should
Like,
be
that should be the
dwarf.
normal
Right.
threshold.
You doing okay, bro? This is a new one that I got that I'm trying to figure out.
Which one's that?
The ocelot.
Oh, yeah. Tell them where they're from because I knew it was interesting, but I can't remember.
I think
where
it's
it
Chile.
was. But it's like the foothills, like the
Mhm.
bottom of the mountain range.
Oh, sorry, the foothills. Yeah, they live at the foothills of the Andes.
That's
okay.
what it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they like it very arid and very dry, and you can see they can't climb the plastic.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So is it a true spider?
I'm not
No.
sure. I think it might be
Oh.
like a megalomorph, possibly.
Gotcha.
Really? Yeah, there's.
Megalomorph status.
But you can see it's got that little gold butt. They get really woolly and like hairy and fuzzy.
Then they probably aren't megalomorphs. They
Yeah,
probably
I
are
don't know.
true, like actual tarantulas. Then there's just not a lot known about them. Oh, it ran.
Oh, that's back.
No, it's right there.
Yay. Good friend.
So you see the blue on the butt? Not
I got the
anymore.
blue though.
There it is.
And these are the Carolinensis. They're Hogna carolinensis, so the Carolina was spiders. So she has captive bred ones that she has, and she basically is breeding random.
That's insane.
Isn't it? There's the antennas. It's
Keep
the
on
whips.
older
Like their
balls.
bodies are small, but the whips just spread. And look at that, like
Gosh.
crab walk.
Like that is insane.
Yeah. They're cool.
Male rotates out.
Oh, look at her.
So you saw the male, the little tiny guy. That's the female.
Mm-hmm.
She'll definitely run a fire from that.
Here, clearly.
I'm pretty sure I can try.
She's about to take off right now.
We'll catch her if she does. She's
Go into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right above it.
It's funny you're
Oh.
noticing that they do that. That's what they do. They just
Mhm.
run back and
Like
roll.
she's like, oh, I hear
She's
it.
right there.
She did start stepping.
You can
toward
see her
that
little butt right
burrow.
there. Yep. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna mess with it.
See,
Yeah.
and 9 times out of 10, that is what they're going to do. They're going to run
Mm-hmm.
and find that burrow. When you get the defensive postures and
So I don't wanna move
videos,
her
it's
'cause she's
typically they
gravid.
don't have space to
But
hide
that's our
or
big
someone's
girl.
messing with
Yeah.
them.
And that's a bluff too until you stick your hand right in it, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're going to do anything they can to
There's
prevent
another one of those
having to
Taylor
use that
Swifts right
venom.
there.
Oh, yeah.
And I can show you Taylor Swift.
What?
Taylor Swift. Can we say that on air?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's somebody's name.
I don't know if the
Taylor Swift has gotten so rich and
I don't know
famous
if the
that we
Taylor
have to,
Swift cruise
we have to
Her
figure
name is
out her name
copyrighted.
is copyrighted.
We did not.
Am I allowed?
Taylor Swift never come after me, bro.
You know what? It's a legitimate thought process,
I
though.
mean-
That's why it's crazy.
It
So
is.
this is our first one that we ever kept was this one right here. We've had a few more, but yeah, she was one. This is one of the first ones we ever kept.
That one's cool.
Yeah.
So pretty. They're so cool looking. So the pincers are the only thing they have. That's their only form of defense. They have no stinger. They have no.
They can just pinch you?
Yep.
That's it.
Would they even do that?
Yeah,
They
they
would?
can.
If you
Okay.
mess
If
with
you annoy them enough, but most of the time they just are really fast and they want to run away.
I've
Okay.
tried to hold the big one and he
People hold
ran
theirs all
from
the
me.
time. The reason I don't like to hold them is because of the whips being so fragile.
Yeah.
They could break off.
And
Mhm.
unlike spiders, so they'll
They will regenerate them.
they'll regenerate a leg, but the whips they don't regenerate.
Hmm.
They never will regenerate the whips once they break. It's,
It can just sit there and scare me off.
They're cool. They're from that thing in Harry Potter.
They're relatively harmless. They probably just look scary, right?
And then
Yep.
we have Kyle's new little baby,
Let's go.
which is going home with him. And this has broken, I think, his camera lady's fear of spiders.
My sweet, sweet camera lady.
So we'll let you take your baby out so you can
So-
show everybody. So we touched their back legs to see how they're doing. He's in a good mood, so now you can, and just kind of scoop your hand right under. There you go.
And what is their Latin name, Kyle?
Grandma stole a poker piece,
I word that's where you get it from.
aka the Choco Golden Knee.
Yeah.
They are magnificent.
They're a New World species. They're super, super chill and docile.
Broke my spidey virginity
I think it was the first spider you ever held, right?
ever.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it was a tarantula nonetheless. They're super cool, man. Just really misunderstood creatures. I don't think they get credit for how smart they are.
No.
They're really, really fun.
So
This is cool.
They just hang out. I know people that have chacos and stuff, and they'll like put them on their knee while they're watching TV and just sit there, and it'll just chill on their knee while
I
they're
totally
watching TV.
believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not moving all that like hot.
No, I like that about it.
So they don't build the
Really
bond with
bad.
you like a reptile would, like a snake or something. They're not building that bond. But I think they do recognize you at a certain point, and I think they recognize the vibrations that you put off, and I think they
Exactly.
recognize your shadow shape. I think
Really?
they start to recognize
I
that.
would think so. They're pretty smart though.
They
So
are.
they
They're very
they
intuitive.
they will. There's friends of mine that they said they've had ones, and the spider was really sweet and would let them hold it, and then like they traded it to a friend, and then that friend tried to hold it, and the spider was really mean and wouldn't let them hold it,
I
and
can
then
see
that
that.
friend would come back, and the spider would remember them, and like Lehman would be like, hey, you know, it's
Yeah.
cool, man, like, and the spider would just remember him and be super cool around him and chill, you know. And it's so I think they're just a lot. They're not as like dumbed down as we think they are,
Yeah.
like an insect or something.
You think they
They're
can
pretty
smell 'em?
complex.
I mean, an animal that lives for 5 to 10 years, you would think that they have something going on, right?
Maybe.
I mean, I think
Maybe
they're
like
they're pretty
sense.
Yeah,
complex
they're kinda
creatures. I mean, they're not doing like
Yeah,
friggin' geometry or
maybe.
anything, but they're
They
you
would
can
be all
definitely tell
feral.
they're using.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
use certain things in their environment to their.
He's moving his little leg.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
use
It's really
certain things in
cute.
their environment to their benefit sometimes. So in essence, they do kind of use like tools to help them.
They do, yeah.
They're smart. That's
They
true.
are.
They're
Yeah.
very smart and very good for the environment. I don't think people realize how good they are for the environment, and that when we take them out of the wild, just plucking those few out of the wild is so detrimental to the
It
environment
disrupts the whole ecosystem.
because only if you think
yeah.
about it, like in captivity, we can have a sack of let's say like geniculata, for example.
Mhm.
Geniculata, you can have a sack. They can have sacks up to 1,000 babies.
Mhm.
So you have that sack in captivity, you might lose like 10% of the sack possibly. In the wild, usually it's like 2% of the sack that actually survives. So think about how hard those spiders have worked to get to that size and to, you know, to produce enough
Mhm.
even to just like sustain the population
Mhm.
of those, you know, spiders. And then we're just plucking a grown adult red out of the wild and
Yeah.
throwing them in a little deli cup
Yeah.
and being like, so this is literally what they'll throw them in. They'll put them in a little deli cup like this. Sometimes, if they're lucky, they'll have a little bit of dirt in there. Other
Mhm.
times, there's nothing.
Mhm.
And it's so that the customer can see the spider.
You
So-
guys do something a little different, not just with not selling wild caught, but breeding it, but with what you give the customer
Mhm.
the spider in. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Sure.
So something like this, like if you buy a spider from us, it's going to come in something like this. You're going to be able to take it home and, you know, leave it in there for at least a couple months until you have to rehouse it. It's easier for not only just you, because, you know, if you're someone that's a beginner, you're scared of spiders, and you want to take a spider home today, you don't want to have to go home and try to figure out how you need to house it and rehouse it today. You can let it molt, let it hang out for a month or two,
Get used
and
to
then you're comfortable by the time it's time to rehouse it. And your spider has already traveled in our car to come to the show. It's been sitting in a loud building all day. It doesn't want to come home and be bothered again. So we may lose out. You know, you may not be able to come to the table and see the spider. It may hunker in and burrow in, but I'd rather lose a sale because you can't see the spider than stress the spider out so you can see it.
It's a great way of
That's why
putting
we're
it.
not in
Yeah.
this. Again, you know, we're not in this to get rich.
Yeah.
Or to really make. I mean, we have to make money as a business to support the business, but other than that, I mean, we're doing this because we truly love working with the spiders and doing the breeding and being a part of the hobby and just helping people get over their fear of
Yeah.
spiders, helping people learn about the spiders and just kind of break the whole
Stigma?
the whole TikTok and like
Oh yeah.
and like, you know, influencer stigma where you see people with them like, on their face and like popping out of their mouths and stuff, and I'm just like,
So it just tastes.
I'm just like, come on, guys, like, you know, but like, let's teach people about them and break those stigmas, you know, and show people that they're not scary. They're really, really cool, intelligent, like fun animals to keep as pets. And as far as exotic pets go, I mean, this is probably the lowest cost entry exotic pet you can get into, man.
And maintenance.
Yeah.
Lowest maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a fish tank, but better.
Yeah,
Because it's
absolutely.
dirt and you don't have to do water changes. They bake very, very, you know, low waste, and you can clean that once a week by spot cleaning.
And they usually leave it in the same spot for you every week. Typically, it's their water bowl. Kind of rude, but it's still in the same spot every time. You know where to
And then they,
And it's something you gotta change anyways.
and you can make
Exactly.
enclosures
No big
literally
deal.
out of anything.
Yeah.
We have friends that make enclosures out of Amac boxes. That's the real popular one back in the day. The Amac acrylic boxes. People would make enclosures out of them. The other one is Tupperware or tubs from Target. People will get those and burn holes in them or drill them out.
I've
to
seen
make,
a lot of
to
that.
make their own enclosures. I've
Yeah,
seen
the
people even use
spiders
like
don't
cheese
care.
puff containers
yeah.
and drill them out for like arboreals or even
That's smart,
even
actually.
like
It is.
fossorials that are going to
Yeah.
dig
It is.
down and they want that humidity.
Mhm.
So what they'll do is they'll put some air holes at the top and then on the lid, and then they'll fill it with dirt and only leave like that much space at the top, and then that fossorial species just digs to the bottom and it's contained in there and happy.
Temptations cat treats, their containers are almost just like this. They have the little lid, the little flip top and everything.
Yeah, we have a bunch
You
of
can
them
do
down there. We
something
keep
as
them
easy
for
as
like
that.
a rainy
Yeah.
day if like we have to rehouse something in a temporary enclosure.
Mhm.
Like we've had we had an avic that had mites before, and then so you know we have to move it into a different enclosure so that way we can get it out of their enclosure,
Mhm.
and then that usually has to go somewhere in the house, so we keep it very dry. We'll put cucumber slices in there to try
I
and
think
get
they
the,
were just soil mites,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
it bothered them.
it was on them and
Yeah.
stuff, and so we had to do like clean them. It took like a couple weeks to get all the mites off of them, but
Mhm.
yeah, so we try and keep everything as organic and as natural as possible for the spiders, because we find that they're a lot more relaxed with the simple and like natural looking enclosures versus making anything really wild and crazy.
No.
Functionality overlooked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the way things look, honestly, is for your benefit. It's not for the spider's benefit. It's your visual, like what you want it to visually look like. The spider could care less. They just want it to be functional to their needs to keep them alive. Well, as soon as it molts, Kyle's gonna save the molt,
Oh, good.
and he's gonna bring the molt over,
Is he? No, I'm kidding.
and we'll
Baby cow's gonna say, I have
Or
two
I will,
spiders.
I will save it for you.
or I will try and get with you, and I'll bring my microscope, and we'll do a video of
That'd be cool.
sexing it. I'll show you how to sex it.
Ari's super scientific with the sexing of the tarantulas.
So I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Being an operating room tech and working in an OR, I'm very comfortable with looking at a screen and not using my hands to work. So I can basically look and I can move my hands independently while I'm watching the screen. So that's what I do with this essentially. It's just it's like a high definition coin microscope. And it goes up and down, as you can see. Just plugs in. It's got a little power thing here. Turn it on. I can record with it with a little SD card, but it's really nice, high definition. So if you go down like this, you can see. Get into where. So this was one I was starting to try and sex. So to the untrained eye, you can't really see much, but to me, what I can see right here, see this is a flap here, spermethicate, bunny ear, spermethicate, bunny ear. So that is a female
That's smart.
Yep. So now I'm able to sex them under the microscope and look at them by using this little coin microscope. This one was, I think, $70, but you can buy them as cheap as like $20, $30. And you can sex stuff off of that. You can use a regular microscope too. It's a little harder to use. This is another trick you can use. People use jeweler's glasses, and you can put the really high, thing, so you just look like a dork wearing these jeweler's glasses. But it works really well for like opening the mold and getting it open before you put it under the microscope. And then I'll show you our skin bin.
Skin bin.
You ever heard of a skin bin?
No, I hope it's not for humans.
It sounds very cool.
So skin bin. This is our skin bin. Whoa, dude.
That's actually really kind of cool looking.
So we save our molds, and after we sex them, we throw them in here.
We've been saving them for a while.
Yes.
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know.
We'll just fill it up until it's full.
and then buy a bigger jar.
No,
That's
probably what's
cool.
going to end up happening
Somebody's
is once it gets
gift.
filled
Yeah.
up, we'll probably sell it and then
Kids
just get another
love
jar.
Auction it off.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to give it up.
I think somebody would really want that.
That's true.
Especially
Kids
if,
love stuff.
especially if somebody does like
Cats. Not
taxidermy stuff. Like
yeah.
they can
We have
really
a
enjoy
friend
it.
who does mold displays. Kenny. He does amazing work.
He'll be at Gettysburg. If you come, you'll get to meet
I
him.
hope I can go.
Yeah, he did the mold display that Jessie has on her desk of a Poecilotheria regalis.
Yeah.
And then this is the camera that we work with here.
Serious camera right here.
Yeah, this was so we I messed around for about 6-7 months just doing research on shooting and how to work macro and stuff like that. It was a lot of frustration in trying to figure it out because photography is friggin' difficult.
Yeah.
So this camera was gifted to us by a family member. It's a Nikon D7100. So it's a DLSR or DSLSR, whatever you call it, high definition. On it, we have a 60 millimeter micro autofocus lens. So this lens only autofocuses with the camera, which for me is really good because it sometimes it can get hard to zoom in, but when you actually do get focused on something, you get a very high definition shot. This is called a shoehorn flash. So it basically attaches to the top, and it works with the camera to create the flash. But the problem is when you just use flash naturally, it creates a glare on whatever you're shooting, and it can mess with the colors and make it not very clear.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this thing comes in. So this thing is what we call a diffuser. This is a cone diffuser in particular. And so it's got a little light built in
Oh
here,
my
as you can
gosh.
see, so that it keeps light on, so
That's
that
crazy.
the flash doesn't have to work as hard. And then what it does is when the flash goes off, it diffuses the light from the flash so that it still lightens up the color enough on everything and the image of what we're trying to shoot without giving you the glare.
That's wonderful.
So that's the big
Interesting.
thing with that. And then it's got a couple shields, so like if you're outside you can like flip this around, and then it's got another one that clicks on under here so you can fully shoe it up to keep like a deflector down there. But we find that this setup right here works the best for us. And then essentially what we do is a tripod. So essentially we have a tripod, and it's not a standard tripod that just stands up like this. So this one turns like that and extends out. So essentially what we do is we put a bin there to keep the spider happy, and then we put the camera over here on the tripod and have it literally, the camera sits on the tripod like this and just comes over the specimen that we're shooting. We get it to the angle that we want, right? And then once we hit the angle that we want, I have somewhere else. I has a I has a remote.
Yeah, you guys.
I has a remote, and I use the remote.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the remote works good, and the reason for the remote is when I first started shooting, I noticed that the micro vibrations from your hands I would never get a clear shot.
Okay.
And then once we
Really?
switched over to using the remote, where I could just autofocus in with the remote and click it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're taking away those micro vibrations, we were getting insane detailed shots. That we were some of the newer pictures that we were able to start putting up.
I have put some of those pictures over this segment too.
Yeah, we'll get some of them so you can see some of the ones that we've done from switching over to this style.
They're really
Nice.
nice.
And then we do a lot of work with our phones. The iPhones have a really good camera in them, so we do a lot of work with the iPhones. We have friends that's all they work with is like their Samsung or their iPhone to take pictures. We got some fans, heaters, humidifiers in the room. We try and keep it at like an ambient, like 50
Shout
to
out
60.
Giant
Yeah,
Hoppy.
Riddle's in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riddle's in the room.
He's
Shout
the
out
spider
Riddle!
dog.
Riddle's been an
Whoop,
awesome
whoop.
companion today.
Shout out to Kiko. He's responsible for all this madness.
Yeah.
Giving us our first spider.
It's his
I didn't know
fault.
that. Yeah, he gave
He
Jesse
did.
her first jumper.
Kiko.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah.
He gave Jesse her first jumper,
Yeah.
then sold us a female right there that we still have. We'll never let her go.
Riddle.
She's
No.
one of our babies, Frida. And then,
Cute.
and then like we tried for the longest time to get him into the hobby again,
Really?
and he would not get back into it. And
He
then
always
finally,
had one.
and then he had an avicularia, and finally she was getting really old, and he was starting to look again. And I had a Dominican purple female,
Nice.
and I was like, I have a big female already, and this is like a juvie. I was like, if you want her, you can have her, and I just basically gifted it to him. So he's got this.
He's got several.
He's got
from
several
us
that were
since
gifted,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a GBB
But-
female we gave him.
Yeah.
He's got an El Sazami female that we gave him. And then he gives us, we do carnivorous plants in here that we put around the room to help with the fruit flies or anything, that little flying buzzers that we'll get in here. Because as clean and as hard as we work to keep it clean, it's just kind of inevitable because we have wet substrate in
Substrate.
here.
Trying to emulate
So,
the rainy season.
little
for the
little
females to
tidbit.
drop.
If you got fungus gnats or anything, and you
Buy a carnivorous plant.
buy a
Yeah.
carnivorous plant. If you can't get a hold of a carnivorous plant,
Call
Kiko.
He ships
Flora
anywhere.
Exoterra, I'll link him
Flora
in the
Esoterica, he'll
Yeah.
get you.
He
he'll
does
get you
ship
taken
anywhere in the
care of.
U.S.
Even Alaska and Hawaii.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
if you waiting on those plants to come in, take a little container, drill a couple little holes or poke some holes at the top, fill it with apple cider vinegar and a couple drops of Dawn dish
Mhm.
soap,
Yeah.
mix it together, and leave that. And the apple cider vinegar will act as a food attractant. They'll go in there. The soap breaks the water tension so that when they actually land on the water, they sink and they drown.
Mhm.
And it's a natural way if you want to try and catch fruit flies and stuff, because like the arachnids are very sensitive to chemicals. So like those hot shots that the reptile users like to use,
That they use for mites.
Can't use them.
No.
Can't use them.
Arachnids
Yep,
are
can't even really.
They're a
sensitive.
strong chemical.
Yeah,
They
but
are.
like even like the reptile sprays, when we use them like in the other room, when
Uh-huh.
we had to treat for mites and stuff.
Yep.
We're very cautious about making sure we do it over there. We don't wear anything and then wear it in here around the spiders.
We
don't
can't even wear perfume and cologne
No.
or use scented candles in here.
or
around
the
spiders.
They're
plugins, weight
sensitive.
plugins. None of those. We can't do that. We
No.
don't do incense in the house because the smell can mess with the health of the spiders. And it's,
Okay.
Wow.
That's good to know.
it's not worth it to us. We are more concerned with the health of
Yeah.
our spiders. We have a lot of time and money invested in this.
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
imagine.
Unfortunately, right now it's not a super cheap hobby once you start getting into like the more
No.
rare species.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're fine with a lot of the beginner species, it can be quite enjoyable and,
Yeah.
and cheap to
For a
get
very
into.
low budget.
For very, very low budget.
It's a great community too.
It is.
I enjoy
It
it
is.
thoroughly.
Yeah, we really like a lot of the people that we work with in the community, a lot of the other breeders around the United States that we work with.
And there's-
Speaking of the community, you guys are starting a podcast.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
We're slated to go in January. I think we have our first guest lined up. We're going to keep it a secret probably until about late November, early December, and then we'll release. But yeah, we're doing a podcast. It'll be Arachnids Anonymous Radio.
First Monday of every month.
First Monday of every month. It's a once a month show.
And
We all kind of are in different, I guess, like stages of the hobby, from like beginning collecting to breeders, and it's a full spectrum. So I feel like it'll be nice to get a variety of questions from the guests that we have on, and
We're
a lot of
hoping to make it-
experience to pull from.
Hoping to make it educational.
Yeah.
We're looking to try and cover care tips, husbandry, where the species come from, breeding tips. So we're trying to go into every aspect of that genus or that species that we're trying to cover. And the guests that we're bringing on are people that we consider experts in the field, in the hobby, in that area, and they're all the way from professional breeders to amateurs.
Yeah.
We even have hopefully some people from Europe that are going to join us on the podcast. So,
International.
yeah, so we'll be able to ask them some questions about how the European and American hobby differ, and just see some of the cool species that they get to work with over there.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I know for a fact we have some big names in the industry that have agreed to do the show throughout the year. So it should be pretty fun. I think we're shooting for 9 o'clock on Mondays, the first Monday of every month.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, yep. I don't know if we've decided on the length yet, but most likely it'll probably be between an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay.
That's really it. We just want to make it a fun show where people can tune in, get involved. We'll take questions from the chat. We plan on using one of Kat's ideas and doing the playing different games with the guests and stuff like that, like some trivia games. And
That did sound cool.
yeah, doing some cool stuff with the guests and getting them involved. That's it, and just plug where you can find tarantulas, captive bred at a good, healthy, good price, because we love plugging other vendors around the United States.
You guys sure do.
Yeah, we love it. It's one of our favorite things to do.
If people want a tarantula from you, what is the best way to go about getting one?
Arachnidsanonymous.com. Go to the website. We've been keeping the website current. The website does shut down on show weekends. So if we have a show Saturday, it shuts down Friday night at around 8 p.m. and then it reopens at some point Sunday in the afternoon.
So you can make sure you have the accurate inventory.
We just want to make sure we don't double sell stuff, that we have accurate inventory and stuff like that. And so if any reason the website's down or there's any problems, you can always find us too on Instagram or Facebook. You can message us there.
You're very active. You respond fast.
Oh yeah, we try to. We try to respond. Our back end response is usually pretty quick.
We have customers who reach out every couple days with questions. We encourage it. I'd rather someone ask a question that they may be, embarrassed or scared to ask than, not know and make a mistake or
and then lose their tarantula and then they get disheartened with the hobby and they're like, oh, screw this hobby, it's it's too hard or something.
Ask us a million questions.
We tell
it's
people
fine.
please.
Yeah.
And we have people that have gone home and spider has tried to molt and just failed to thrive, and they'll message us and we'll make we always try and make it right, because our big thing is we just want people to enjoy the hobby and have fun with the spiders. Like I said,
We had so
that
many
means I gotta
kind
give
people.
away a $50-$60 spider. It is what it is, and $50-$60 spider just to make somebody happy, because I know that person will come back, and we can continue to give them more spiders. We build that trust. And,
Absolutely.
a lot of our big regulars we're very close with. Very close with a lot of our big regulars.
Like me?
Yeah, like you and the Lulu crew, right? Is that what?
Molly.
Yeah. And then Jeff Walker, we're very close with him. Rhonda, Tarantula Fairy, Travis Miles, Chaotic Inverts.
Kip, who so kindly gives us his
Kip,
nails.
who gives us
when he
nails.
has
He's just a
us.
regular customer of ours that brings us nails all the time. So
That's
shout out
cool.
to him. He's awesome. He makes really cool care cards and stuff
He
like that for
does,
his
yeah,
spiders,
really
which are
detailed
really cool. I'm trying to tell him to get them set up so that way people can buy them, because then they can slap.
People
them on
would
their
love that. He
enclosures.
absolutely needs to do that.
But yeah, he does all that cool like computer work stuff, and then there's just people from every walk of life that you can find in this hobby, and everybody knows something about this species that you can learn from them, and the hobbyists are the one really carrying the keeping and everything right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's species that are pretty soon they're only going to be found in the hobby because they're going extinct in the wild.
Yeah.
So the hobbyists that are breeding for fun, like us, and stuff, or what's going to make it keep these genes alive, like these gene pools alive and stuff, and these species going.
Yeah, I like that about you guys, that your main, aspect of you guys is just caring about the community and caring about the tarantulas and wanting them to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're like that and you're set up that way, the customer service part's easy, because the only time people have problems providing good customer service is when they're only worried about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
There's some things more important than money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
we
that you
try
guys
and
are
we
so
try and work with
community.
everybody and try and keep everybody as happy as possible. I mean, we're a little family-run business out of a little podunk town in West Virginia.
Yeah, we're not trying to make money. We just breed. We like to breed, and
This
we
isn't
have
our
to
house.
do
This is
something
a tiny.
with all
This
the
used to be.
spiders.
So this used to be Jessie's office when she first moved in with me. We converted this into her office. It was just a spare room that I had, and then when we really got serious into like breeding and wanted to make this a thing, I was like,
I'll throw her in the corner.
let's
of the
move all
bedroom.
the
Sounds
spiders and give them their own room. And I was like, we can
Sounds
just put you in
familiar.
the corner of the bedroom to work from home.
Yeah.
You can literally roll out of bed and go to work.
Sounds
She's like,
familiar.
That's how
There's
he
only
tried
a
to
slight
sell it
hiss
to
happening
me.
in the background.
Yeah, that sounds great. So then and then we moved all the snakes and everything into our bedroom
Okay,
as
yeah.
well, because their requirements are less than the spiders.
Uh-huh.
So then once we did this, we put like the blackout curtains. We installed all the lights. I did myself. We did like the door stop. We built all these muffle racks and put them in, and
These are great.
organized everything. Yeah, these are really nice. I like them because they can hold
It has a lot of stuff and it's very clean.
Yes,
Okay.
very clean and
It's
organized.
very clean
I'm
and
glad
organized.
you
You'll be
think
shocked.
so. I
Yeah.
feel like it's
Usually
a disaster
chaos
most
here.
days.
Yeah, it's usually chaos in here.
No.
She wouldn't lie
This
to
is-
you.
You can see our old logo that's up there, the Foliage Fanatics logo.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
From
was-
when you did plants.
That was our OG logo when we switched over to doing tarantulas.
Okay.
That was the first logo we ran with when we switched over to doing tarantulas. And then the logo before that was actually this logo right here. And that's when we first started as a plant business. It was Foliage Fanatics. And it said, work last, garden more. And our thing was living art. So we did a lot with like bioactive terrariums. I did a lot with like kokodamas, mounting ferns and stuff on a like live cork wood and stuff like that. And so we did a lot of this stuff, and then building vivariums and paludariums for people. And then once we switched over to this, we changed the name of the business to better suit the business, which this is actually the this year, I think. Yeah, it was the first year we came out as Arachnids Anonymous.
One of the best business names I've ever heard.
No,
of.
really.
And this has been our first year as Arachnids Anonymous, I believe. I can't remember. I think we actually released it when we were in Jamaica.
That's cool.
Yeah, we did the release of like the name and everything. We had kept it really hush hush for like 7-8 months and worked on the brand and like
Okay.
the logo and just trying to build everything up. And then for the new year, we decided to release it for the new year to start the new year off with a new
You started right.
business. Yeah, I think it was this year that we switched the name. It was either this year or last year. And then we have all the swag now up on the website because we use Printify, which we love.
Great merch.
Yeah,
by the way.
Printify, we love using them because we can plug them right into our Shopify, and they're just a drop shipper for whatever merchandise. We can design the merchandise, the customer orders it, and we can offer it. We don't actually make anything off the shirts or the hoodies or anything like that. Those prices that you see there are the prices that we pay for them. We just sell them at that price because we'd rather people have the shirts and the swag and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which actually right now we're running that special until next Friday, where if you go online or our website and you buy any shirt, hoodie, or hat, tank top, you get 10% off your entire order.
That's
Entire order.
Go get some merch and
That
get
includes
10%
the
off.
shirt and the swag that you're purchasing. Entire order.
That's great.
And then I think we're gonna run something similar, like a special for Gettysburg. That's gonna involve like wearing your gear to the show. We're gonna start offering like discounts and stuff to people that wear their swag to the shows and stuff. Just to kind of just make it fun and build the community up. I know we're gonna have some holiday shirts coming around this year.
Those were cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put a picture of that logo on the screen right now.
Yeah,
too.
we're messing around with those, and then we also been toying with the idea maybe next year of doing like a calendar or something like that for people with some of the pictures that we have.
Oh man, I'll get one.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
But we have some really cool stuff up there. We have like coffee mugs, travel thermoses. There's dog shirts on there.
Uh oh, Ghost.
Yeah, we've been wanting to get one for Riddle. There's if you have kids, I don't think I have kids stuff listed. But if you have kids, just message us directly and I can order the kids' clothes separate and then just invoice you for it. Because we have like shirts for my son and stuff.
nice.
I just don't stock them because people don't really buy
Makes sense.
different sizes of that.
As much as
Yeah,
often,
but we carry stuff. I think we have shirts that go all the way up to like 6X or something.
Let's go.
So I made them like size wise, like all the way up.
Yeah.
So we have, and then we have them all the way down to extra small.
Cool.
Super tiny.
Yeah.
And we have beanies. We got all sorts of stickers now that we hand out at the show.
Stickers are great.
Yeah, the stickers are fun, man. We really like them. We got the new shirts that have the hashtags on the back. The Tarantula Addict hashtag. And then we have the new swagger scooter, Jeff the Swagger Scooter. He's named after one of our regulars, Jeff Walker.
Okay.
So it's Jeff the Swagger Scooter. And he's become kind of our unofficial mascot. And we have his shirts up right now, and then he's going to be basically what we use for our holiday themed shirts. We're going to kind of use him as our mascot because he's kind of fun.
Cool.
That's really about it, man. We just like to come in here and nerd out on arachnids and have fun.
Absolutely. Man, Ari, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for coming.
We had a
guys.
blast here.
Yeah, we had a fun day.
You guys are good friends. You're great people. You're great breeders.
you.
have great ethics. Everyone go ahead and check them out. We're going to link all their stuff in the description. And if you're going to go support anybody in the arachnid community, it should be them. Because that's what they really care about. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Take care and keep spreading the love of arachnids.